I didn't dive into the nitty-gritty of one very unsavory character, Vladimir Kramnik, and his role in some unfortunate times Daniel was going through. Today, I saw a statement from Vladimir Kramnik, and I just can't bite my tongue any longer. I cannot stand this man. I can't stand the things he says. I can't stand what he's become. I can't stand to even look at him. Just look at this. This is him playing chess, but it looks like I'm looking through the webcam of a creep in the process of deleting their browser history. Vlad Big Bad Kramnik has been on this crusade in the chess community where he has been just willy-nilly tossing out cheating allegations, seemingly at random sometimes. And he was posting these allegations against Daniel Naroditsky of cheating, these allegations that he was a dishonest player. Daniel was someone who cared very deeply about his reputation, so when someone with the prestige of Kramnik is coming out saying these horrible things, it obviously took a toll on his mental health, and it is something he was vocal about. There was never any evidence or anything at all to support Kramnik's allegations at any point in time. It was completely baseless. It was fucking disgusting. And I'm going to show you a brief clip of Daniel talking about it 11 months ago.
But this is a sustained, evil, and absolutely unhinged attempt to destroy my life. And I really don't, I'm tired of mincing words at this point. He is trying to ruin my life. He's trying to inflict emotional harm, physical harm on me. He knows exactly what he's doing. And this is one of the most wicked people that I've ever dealt with. I'm not trying to seek attention with this, but the people who are buying into this narrative, they exist at many levels, including at the very top level, and they include a large number of chess fans. Like, this is doing very serious damage and actual damage. It's not just like bots or, Russian spies who are believing Kramnik. He has a lot of authority. He's a fucking world champion.
Evil really is a great word for Kramnik. And I'm sure if you've paid attention recently, you've probably seen some of the top players come out to try and get some change here and get some accountability for what Kramnik has been doing. He has been completely out of control. He's a feral fucking animal. And he is still somehow trying to make himself the victim and how everyone else is the bad guy, and he's actually like the angel of the chess community. There are very few souls on this planet that genuinely view Kramnik positively. Even some of the best players in the world outright show their disdain for this creature. Hikaru recently had this to say about Kramnik.
I said it before, I'll say it again. Kramnik can go fuck himself. I'll just say it. He can go fuck himself and he can rot in hell. That's all I'm going to say, okay?
It's a sentiment shared by some of the actual best players in the world, condemning Kramnik and everything that he has become. So it's not just fans of Daniel or just fans of chess in general. It's also the top-level players that fucking despise Kramnik. And the statement that he posted today is what's made me just furious to the point where I will just go ahead and just start spitting and shitting on this guy, because people need to be more aware of the damage that he has done, continues to do, and just how unhinged of a madman this guy is. I would like to express my deepest condolences to all of Daniel Naroditsky's loved ones in connection with the tragic and untimely passing of this remarkable chess player in person, which has deeply shaken me personally and the entire chess world. Hey Vlad, did you use AI for that? Because it certainly took you quite a few tries to even express any level of sorrow or condolences for the tragic passing of Daniel Naroditsky. It's worth remembering and reminding people that after the announcement of Daniel Naroditsky's passing, one of the first things Vladimir Kramnik did was take to Twitter to start wiggling his finger saying, "I told you so, I told you so." That was he literally, one of the first things he did was make it all about how he was so right. Blaming others, like how Kramnik was the only one that cared. He was saying, you gotta check on Daniel, this and that. No one else seemed to care. I was right. I saw what no one else did. You guys ignored this. That's what Kramnik did after it was announced that Daniel Naroditsky passed away. I don't think he's capable of expressing any level of sorrow or emotion. This is a husk of a man. I think he needed AI assistant to give the best engine move here for trying to almost appear human, because I don't even think those are his words. What I think follows is definitely straight from the asshole of Kramnik, though, and you'll see what I mean. To my profound regret, this tragic event has become an opportunity for some to exploit it for their own interests and to launch an unprecedentedly cynical and unlawful campaign of harassment against me and my family. In this regard, I would like to make the following statements. This clown could only muster one sentence without devolving into talking all about himself and positioning himself as a victim. He starts calling the wambulance in the second sentence of this statement. Oh, me, wah, wah, wah. Look at all these French cries I've ordered. Oh my goodness. I'm like the actual victim of this tragedy because people are being mean to me. This is unprecedented. Oh my gosh. How can people not think about my feelings? This is so mean to me. And then he has the gall to say, I have never made any personal attack or insult towards Daniel Naroditsky. Absolute psychopath shit. He was the main perpetrator. Daniel was not shy about sharing his feelings about the effect Kramnik has had on his mental health through everything Kramnik was tossing his way, all the shit he was stirring over fucking baseless accusations. Kramnik bore a huge responsibility on the unfortunate feelings that Daniel was going through for a long time. Kramnik was the main villain in this community, and he has been for a while, and not just for everything with Daniel. He has done this for so many players. I have a hunch that he would try and copyright strike me or pursue legal action if I showed any of his clips, but he has entire compilations dedicated that people have compiled of him reporting people for cheating if they found a move he didn't think of. So he's lost some matches, or even in matches that he's drawn due to his own mistake, he has accused his opponent of being a cheater, getting engine moves because he didn't think of it, or if he did think of it, the other person shouldn't have because he's so much smarter than him because he's higher rated. He accuses people of cheating based on the most loosey-goosey of ideas. He is, by all possible definitions, the worst person in the chess community.
Yeah, the first thing I will say is that obviously, like, I've known Naroditsky or I knew Naroditsky for many years. Like, we weren't close, but we played a ton of games against each other online, and he was always, first of all, a great opponent, but also very, very respectful, very nice, and I spent many hours not only watching his games but also watching his streams, which were both, you know, exciting for his incredible gameplay but also great explanations. And funnily, he was kind of with me during two of my biggest moments in the last year when I played him. I played him famously a few games on my wedding night after, you know, Ella had passed out, and we both, you know, had a long day, and there had been some drinking, and she had passed out, and I was still awake, and I felt like I was too drunk to sleep, so I decided to play a few games, and I thought, regardless of what happens, it would be a funny story. And kind of because of that, I decided to play a few games when from the hospital bed as well, when we were waiting for the delivery. With the whole Kramnik situation, not only with Naroditsky, from the beginning, I would say that obviously I've had problems with him in the past, not like big problems, but I mean, generally, for all his greatness, I generally thought that he was somebody who had a bit of a better reputation than he deserved for many reasons. But I did feel at the very start when he was going through when he was starting to this kind of crusade against cheating online, I did feel that at the start, even though like I didn't agree with his numbers, I thought at the end of the day, he is kind of fighting a good fight. But that turned on his head completely. First of all, he started to go after Hikaru, which seemed crazy. But I thought that was bad in itself. But when he started going after Naroditsky so hard, first of all, I think was cheating, and I know that, you know, coming from me, you know, make of it what you will. Some people will say that I have very little credibility on the matter, but I personally, like, in private, I expressed that, you know, I was sorry for what he was going through and supported him. Probably should have done that publicly as well, but I think people can understand some of the reasons why I was reluctant to sort of do that fight more publicly. And I thought, yeah, the way he was going after Naroditsky was horrible, and seeing how it affected him as well, which was apparent. Not you guys, like, I don't know what happened 2 days ago, so I'm not going to speculate on that. But regardless, even long before that, it had clearly taken him to a point where he was not in a great space. So again, make of it what you will, coming from me, but that was not good.
Kramnik took it upon himself to become the person that is going to solve fair play, say things about cheating in chess that nobody's willing to say because, as in his own words, censorship, you know, chess.com censoring the content creators or the grandmasters or whatever it is. You know it. I mean, he's accused Hikaru Nakamura directly for 2 years at this point. And Hikaru has sort of gotten over it to the best of his ability. I woke up this morning to the following, okay, and I'm sorry, I'm rambling a little bit. Please bear with me. I woke up to this post. This is a post from Emil Sutovsky, the frequent person on this channel, CEO of FIDE. Amount of love given to Danya post-mortem is unprecedented. I can't recall anything of the kind, but here is the problem. Where are all of you when Danya was alive and unwell? I'm not talking about stepping in when he was accused, although it's a separate important matter. I know many people find it hard to express their opinion, as the problem is huge, and striking a balance is impossible. One thing is clear, the way Kramnik approaches it simply can't be accepted, and his reaction on Danya's passing is appalling and outright shameful. FIDE is not a court of justice, but we will act within our jurisdiction. However, let's not oversimplify it. It is too simple to focus on Kramnik. Danya was clearly not at his best in recent months. He stopped appearing as a commentator for one reason or another. He was not his usual self. Now, all those who claim Dear Danya was to their heart, how good a friend they were. Where have you been? What did you do? All those Kramnik attacks on Danya happened not this week or month. It was not a shocking accusation that killed Danya overnight. It kept haunting him for more than a year, even if there was not much more polemics of recent. So I ask you, alleged Danya's friends, what did you do to help him for half a year? Did many of you write to him and ask whether he is okay? Why he, arguably the best commentator online, disappeared from the screens? Did you text him to ask him why he stopped streaming? Then he talks about his own experiences with Danya. And then he said, you know, he might be surprised to read about this or that person allegedly being his friend. Danya was kind to many, but he feels like most of the time he was lonely. Virtue signaling, like grabbing is the worst way to pay respect to Danya. I'm sorry, I am irate. I can't even like fully read this tweet because while he wrote 2 sentences about Kramnik and whatever FIDE is going to fucking do, because I don't think anything is going to happen. I don't curse in my videos, but I can't even, look, we don't know. I was a friend of Daniel, and I don't know what happened, okay? I don't know what happened. He had so many people in his life talking with him. The close group he had in Charlotte, North Carolina, wrote a beautiful, beautiful post about him. I should pull it up. It's from Grant Oen. Please find it on Twitter. I mean, I spoke to so many people who have spoken to him just in the last week. This is such a heinous thing to say. He wrote 5 times as much, pointing the finger at the people who could have helped the man, try to talk him through it. Now, I'm just gonna keep showing you things here because I'm gonna lose my mind. I'm sorry. I really am. I'm not in good shape, and I don't want to keep this inside. I just don't. I mean, this is like a borderline therapy session for me. Sorry, I clicked on the wrong thing. We're gonna go back here for a second. Nemo wrote something a couple of days ago. She said, in watching the clip below of his last stream, hearing the pain in his voice, how deeply the baseless accusations affected him, it's time to stop worrying about the backlash. I'm calling on FIDE to remove Kramnik from the record books, revoke his title, disqualify his world championship. Chess is one of the most beloved games in the world and should be a place for kindness and inclusion. It should be unilaterally unacceptable to use a platform that chess has given you to bully, harass, and slander a colleague. What Kramnik has done to Navarra, Hikaru, Danya, and others cannot be tolerated. It is up to our community and the governing body to set an example. And they should, and there are more. I mean, Nihal Sarin, one of the very first people, and God bless his soul, the last person to have played Daniel Naroditsky in some chess, told the Indian Express that, you know, the relentless baseless accusations, public interrogations he faced in recent months caused him immense pressure and pain. Nemo was co-signed by Hikaru. It says, thank you for making the statement so clearly. There is a video, there is a clip of Daniel just a few days before his passing where he is obviously unwell while live streaming. If you haven't seen it, I mean, people have uploaded it. I can't even stomach watching stuff like that. But one of the things he says towards the end of this stream is he literally says, I can't end the stream after I start playing well. I can't play well off stream ever since the Kramnik stuff. People start accusing me. Those were literally some of the last sentences that he uttered after friends local in Charlotte came to get him at 2 a.m, seeing that he was struggling on a live stream. So I am sorry, but it is impossible to disconnect the two. You can sit there, the sun just went down, I'm sorry. You can sit there and you can say whatever you want and, you know, wishing, you know, a lot of people are sending, you know, death threats and the usual internet behavior, and I do not condone that. You should not do that, but there needs to be a form of justice. Magnus Carlsen yesterday, while live streaming Title Tuesday, gave a statement, a very poignant statement, 6 minutes, where he said that he, if anything, he supported Danya in private, and he wishes maybe he did it publicly as well, although he can understand why, you know, he hopes people can understand why he would be, you know, obviously a bit careful given the entire, you know, Hans Niemann thing. I'm going to summarize all of this. You know, there was David Navarra. Before there was Danya, there was David Navarra, Czech grandmaster, probably along with Danya, one of the most universally beloved people in the chess world. And he wrote a post about how being mentioned in a tweet of Kramnik from, as you can see, May 2024 is how long this has been going on, if not more, how this tweet over time made him have suicidal thoughts.
Online, I saw the vlog and he looked off. Look at Kramnik's tweet. I mean, I'm sorry, like, I'll just say it. Like, I said it before, I'll say it again. Kramnik can go fuck himself. Like, I'll just say it. He can go fuck himself and he can rot in hell. That's all I'm going to say, okay? That's all I'm going to say. That's my one sentence. If someone wants to clip that, clip it, okay? Someone wants to clip it, you can clip it. I don't care. I don't care. So, that's my one sentence of the day. That's my one sentence. If someone wants to clip it and try to cancel me, go for it. Have at it. Have at it, everybody. But anyway, yeah, I mean, having spoken to Danya personally, regardless of whether it played a huge role, small role, no role at all, I just know that what happened took a massive toll on Danya mentally. I know that. It took a massive toll on Danya. And anybody who wants to pretend, if you saw Danya before all the nonsense versus after, he was never super happy after that. So that's my 2 cents. You know, and I'm, you know, and I will say I will always be I will always be very, very unhappy, especially now, about the fact that none of the top players stood up and said anything on that topic. But whatever. You know, it is what it is, and that's my 2 cents. I don't want to, you know, there's not a whole lot else I want to say. Let's focus on Danya and what he did and you know, the person he was. So, I mean, I think people don't, like, I'll tell you guys, people oftentimes, like, everybody thinks it's all a joke. Like, you think it's a joke. You think it's a joke when someone says things.